All right, welcome back, everybody. Next, we'll take a look at the Polaris. So we'll do a walkthrough of this, then we'll take a look at the Pioneer. So let's get into it. Let's take another go at this. I noted this before, but I thought that I said this was a Terrapin. It's not. So that's definitely the Zeus here with this little folded wing. There's a number of nurses or Ursas here. There's the Nursa there. I don't know if any of these goes along with that possible other ship or second vehicle that was in that display, but probably not in this particular case. And that whatever that ship was is probably not quite ready for prime time either way. Cool to see the turret moving here. Obviously everyone's excited for this, which I am as well. I don't know. I'll have to double check the volume here. Should have put my earplug in. Here we are looking at the crew section here and the deck. Like to see the captain's chair there. Very cool. Heading back here. I hope this is some sort of like star map, essentially. This opens up, but I don't know what. There's no real insight that I could see there. I mean, let's go back. I mean, the goal of this is to kind of squeeze every ounce of juice we can out of it. It looks more like weapons racks or something. Maybe some. It's probably meant to be a component, but anyways, pods here. Nothing I could really make out as far as that was all concerned. Main lift here, so hopefully that goes all the way down to the ground floor. If not, it definitely goes down to the second floor, and I think they show that later. But yeah, ground floor would be cool too. These on each side, I expect this to be captain's quarter on this side and EXO on the other, or vice versa. I like how it has lock on there too. That'd be kind of cool if you can actually lock it so that only the captain can go in there. That'd be pretty sweet. Again, more skate pods, I believe. We're going to start to head back towards the crew quarters here. So along the sides here, which barely have doors, are these real tight crew quarters. Maybe some hot bunking, which I think is the Navy term for sharing beds based upon what shift you work. Down here, this is kind of, I think it's meant to be like the kitchen, but it looks kind of almost like a meeting room as well. Always doubles as both. That was the hangar, I believe. Going along here, more skate pods, it looks like. This looks like it could be medical, but maybe not. Maybe that's where the, honestly, that probably, because I think medical is over here on this other side. I guess this is meant to be the break. A nice little entry point there. And there, oh, or maybe it's the armory, because I think there's an armory as well. Pretty cool. Open to your thoughts. I could be misinterpreting that. Again, I think medical goes off of the hangar here, so we may not have seen any medical area here. This looks like it fits in here very easily. Looks like you can fit at least two. I honestly think you could fit three if they were maybe overlapping on the front to back. I thought about maybe doing a video. Obviously, this is the main elevator down. I thought about maybe doing a video of that, but honestly, it's so close to IAE either way, it's probably not worth the effort. I like that this still says coming soon, it looked like, but it's engineering panel either way. The components here look really nice. This is like, maybe this is the coolant. I guess this liquid goes all the way throughout. Very cool. I like the look of it, and that I like the water looking coolant stuff. Obviously, it's not really water. Coolant's not water, but anyways, looks cool. I like the little engineering kind of panels they got going on here. Looks like those things you get in the bunkers. This is another. Does that say coming soon? It's hard to tell. It doesn't terminate. It looks like terminal service or something like that. But engineering panel, more or less. And then here's another component. But again, I like the blue makes it look like water, but whatever coolant's down there possibly to cool off the engine and stuff. All right, let's head back to the hangar here. Oh, the cargo area, sorry. And the reason I say the hangar, because this is actually the lift that comes down from the hangar, which looks pretty cool. What are your thoughts here? This obviously, I originally thought this was for the ability to bring down this, and it might be. And this looks like a ladder room to maybe walk up to the hangar. But this is probably the panel to get this to go up and down. What size box do you think you could fit here? I mean, is this enough just for one SCU here? Do you think? Originally thought an 8 SCU, but that seems really over the top. Honestly, it's starting to look like this is a 1 SCU box spot here. Or even if we go back a bit here, maybe you can get 1 SCU box to fit along the rails here. So there's kind of these rails on each side. Maybe you get one SU box there and a person standing on the other side. Obviously, it's not really meant for transporting boxes. This is again, the cargo area. So this is the entrance way here. Again, I still think this is a ladder to get upstairs, which is cool. This is the cargo door here, that main door that opens up on the side for you to load in cargo. Probably get vehicles in here too. This looks lower than it did previously, but you can drive up a nurse, I believe. So this should be tall enough, taller than it appears. Whether or not you can actually get a ferry and stuff in here or an atlas, this is another area where if you couldn't get an atlas in here, that would be disgusting. Going back here a bit, an atlas could easily hang out in front of the ladder room. Ideally, there's probably a ladder room maybe on both sides or another area on the other side where you could probably put an atlas. Doesn't quite fit, look like an atlas could fit in this little section right here, but it's close enough that if you got an atlas to kind of lay along there, it would probably be a good spot. I don't know what that is or if it's a component, but otherwise it looks like you can get an atlas, maybe even on both sides. We'll see. But again, cargo area access, nice little lift here. Honestly, you can get an atlas on this as well. I don't know how tall it is, but when we start to talk about maybe getting the atlas into the torpedo room, that torpedo, using an atlas to actually load torpedoes could be very big, very huge, very bigly, right? You might go full Trump. Here we are. I'm trying to get political with these, but I just think that's funny. Main kind of area here. I think this is meant to be the torpedo room in here. Yeah, these are the torpedo tubes. I don't know. Again, it talked about manually loading those torpedoes, which maybe it just means putting them in that loading deck initially, because that looks fairly automated. I mean, they rotate, right? So you need players to actually put them through there. That wouldn't make any sense at all. Like there's no room to actually do that activity. So loading the torpedoes into the cargo area, putting them up here. But honestly, get an atlas, have that atlas stand up here, and have him load it. The atlas, I keep referring it to like a person, but have that person then come up here, take the load up, walk the atlas here in the center, and just pop those bad boys from the cargo area down here, right? Just have it stand right here, pop those right up in there. That's what she said. Anyways, yeah, I think loading this with the atlas seems easy enough. If it'll let you do that, obviously it's a little dangerous, and you don't want the way that currently whips those boxes around. Whipping a torpedo around like that could be spicy. I don't know what that display may actually show. I mean, it looks cool from here, but I don't know if it'll actually be meaningful. And then we're making our way towards, here's the rest of the torpedo tubes again, and here's the hangar, or sorry, the turret that's on the bottom. So yeah, that's pretty much it for a look at the Polaris. So pretty sweet. I think it looks pretty good. All right, up next, we'll go through the Pioneer. So there'll be a video obviously with this as well, but just a quick rundown. So as far as I understand it, right, the deck that we'll end up looking at, just for kind of point of reference, we'll see this in the video, which is great. But that's meant largely for the we'll say the pilot, but the captain and everything like that. So the crew. And then it leads down here. So you have probably components back here, and then a nice big area, which 1,000 SCUs of storage now, and then a kind of a hangar for development as well. So this all looks pretty sweet. But let's get into the video and do the walkthrough. As far as it being done or how far along it is, it's looking kind of like the Ironclad was once it was kind of being showcased. So if that gives any insight, so however long it takes the Ironclad to actually come out, which could be the Fleet Week next go around, which would be pretty interesting. It would have taken a year to get that out, would be pretty sweet. That being said, this looks like it's about that point, if not maybe also the Polaris. Looks like it's about as ready as the Polaris was, more or less. So maybe the exterior is done, maybe the interior is not done. All of that's just conjecture on my part. So let's look at where it's at now. Definitely a cool looking bridge. Honestly, something like this I want to see with the Ironclad as well, in that console area. But I know that's not how it plays out in the Ironclad. Yeah, there were two turrets on the top. Obviously, yeah, escape pods, which is cool. Evac pods. I like the texture on the ground there. Yeah, so it's going to have a large kitchen as well as large living quarters as well. Yeah, I guess they could leave the door open like this. I guess that's what he's referring to. Not sure what the terminal's here for. And then there's the bed. Thousand SU cargo is pretty sweet. Looking very good. I like the orange throughout too. It's not Argo. Might as well have made it Argo. 4 drones here. So I do want to note they keep talking about drones, so it's possible that we might see drones next year as well. They keep saying releasing ships without, like, they're going to talk about the Legionnaire as well. I mean, I think they just released these ships. Like, the idea of waiting for the drones and stuff like that. I hope they don't hold this for the drones, but it sounds like the drones are probably closer to being done than we expect. Again, if you look at the Reclaimer currently, you can see the drone bay on the top of the Reclaimer now. So it seems like that's probably coming along pretty well. Look at console here. It's about to wrap it up here, but this here is Blast Shield, which is pretty cool. I don't know if the drones are working in there or if it's just kind of building up in there. Right, but that's pretty sweet. So we are with hangar. Pretty cool. Nomad's pretty big, so I think it fits on a small pad. And this is meant for smaller craft, but pretty interesting to see how this fits in here pretty nicely. Yeah. So everybody's pretty excited about that. This is, again, kind of the high points. It's bigger than it was before, maybe about 20% bigger is my understanding. Holds the big drones, got 4 extra large drones. Again, meant for small craft, small vehicles to be created. Got this integral ground extractors. I'm not sure exactly what that's for, but pretty cool. And then capital components. It is a capital ship now, and again, 1,000 SCUs. So pretty big ship, looking pretty cool, looking pretty done as well. I mean, it's not done yet, but it's looking like it really is coming along. It probably could make it to by year's end next year. Maybe we'll see base building this time next year. That could be kind of it. Yeah, and then I'll finish out with this last year's teasers, but they did a pretty good job finishing things out as well. I didn't like how I did the first go around, so second go at this. Looking here at the other ships, this was the visual I was looking for earlier, and so you can see here they did release all of these except for the Legionnaire, except for the Crusader. Intrepid looks done, and so is the Polaris. So these two will come with IAE. Honestly, I think they just released the Legionnaire. It's something I'm interested in looking at getting, just because I am interested in getting a dropship that can fit in something like the Polaris, which the Legionnaire looks like it will do. I know these engines are pretty high up, but if it could fit in here, that'd be great. I think it's Polaris needs a dropship like that would be pretty sick. Yeah, I think all in all, they just release it to go along with the Polaris. I don't know why they're holding on to it. Obviously for the hacking gameplay, but I'd rather than just release it. But I may be alone in that. Yeah, the Intrepid looks pretty good. From what I can tell in this picture and then what they showed along with the Terrapin, I think the Terrapin could come out during IAE as well. Those look all of that. These, and the Terrapin look like they'll probably come along pretty quickly there. Maybe even the CSV if they're ready for base building, but that probably will come on a little bit later when they're ready for base building. But given how well they did, more or less, with all of these, I do suspect that they'll hopefully have the others that they just showed recently available during next year as well. Anyways, appreciate those that have taken time to like and subscribe and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for checking out another video with me, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.